like to play a little guitar for you now.
He loves these little buzz boxes and stuff.
Yeah. He's like the little buzz box.
Check it. This is called a G-sharp guitar. A friend of mine in Holland gave it to me. I've been traveling with it about the last year and a half or so. It's tuned like it's 6 strings. It's tuned like a regular guitar, except it's two full steps higher. So that normally the standard tuning guitars are the top and bottom strings are E strings. So 2 full steps up. The E strings are G-sharp strings. So that's where the guitar gets its name. I'd like to sing you an old blues song now that I wrote back when I was an old blues singer. Before I was singer-songwriter folk guy, John Gorka, but after I was in the Razzie Dazzie Spasm Band. So it was that middle period. I was the banjo player in the Razzie Dazzie Spasm Band, as you recall. We never made it to Boothbay. We wanted to come here. The band was based in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. In fact, our 1979-1980 world tour took place in Bethlehem. It was our world, but the main thing was we had transportation problems. We could only play places we could walk to and carry the sound system and our instruments. So it limited the tours. One of the guys, Doug Anderson, he was older than the rest of us. He did not drive, but he was married, and his wife had a car, but she would not let us use it. Occasionally, very occasionally, she would give us a ride to a show or pick us up from a show, but generally not in the same night. And we didn't have a lot of extended engagements. So the band broke up due to logistical problems, and I moved from the north side of town, from Church Street to the south side of Bethlehem, on 4th Street, down the street from Godfrey Daniels Coffee House, which is still there. Yeah, thank you. I'll pass that along. Godfrey Daniels opened up shortly before I came to town, and it quickly became my place of inspiration. And when I got out of college, I didn't know. I knew I wanted to play music for a living, but I didn't know if it would work out, in a financial way. So to have a more secure future, I became a philosophy major. So at least I'd have that, fall back on it. My dream of playing music didn't turn out in, like I said, financially. So upon graduation, I did get a job delivering flowers, and not to brag, but I did that for 3.5 years. And anyway, for a while there, I was living 2 floors above the Natural Foods restaurant, which was called Sweet Already, right down the block from Godfrey's. And the landlord raised the rent, so I thought I had to make a stand, principled stand, so I moved out to protest that raise in rent. But I didn't have anywhere to move into, so it was not well planned, the principle. So I moved it. The people at Godfrey said I could stay in the basement until I found a place, and I was very grateful. And one morning while I was there, I woke up and I found I'd become an old blues man. I was surprised. I was 23 at the time, and my family was very surprised that I became an old blues man. I didn't go by my regular name. I didn't go by John Gorka. I had a blues name, which at least I didn't drag the family name down further. My blues name was Slow Blind Driveway. Slow Blind Driveway specialized in the mid-Atlantic suburban Piedmont style of the blues. So family, even though I'd become an old blues man unexpectedly, I wanted to let the family know that at least I was a productive old blues man. So I had to write an old blues song, and I hadn't written anything yet. So I borrowed a line from a real blues song, "I Woke Up This Morning." And a perfect opening line for a blues song, even though I didn't wake up in the morning all that often. Anyway, as soon as I came up with that line, I borrowed that line, the rest of the song came, just flowed. So I can sing it for you now. It's called Baby Blues. Baby Blues. And, I didn't think it was so bad back then. At least I had a floor over my head. Baby Blues.
Soon it'll be loving time. My sister loves her honey, brother says the sun will never shine, never shine. Says sister loves her honey, brother says the sun don't shine. Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, soon I'll be doing fine. I said, oh lady real, I said, oh lady no. You've been gone. I said, oh lady real. I said, oh lady long. How long's it been that you've been gone? Said he's gonna leave a life of crime, life from a crime. Said Papa bought a pistol, said he's gonna leave a life of crime. Well, Mama took to cussing, said she's gonna make him toe the line. I said, oh lady real, I said, oh lady long. How long's it been that you've been gone? You've been gone.